plaintiff, Gail Barnett, says the defendant is her daughter, and Gail loves her and her husband, the co-defendant, very much. However, Gail claims she resents the fact that whenever they argue, the defendants keep their children from her. And she's suing both of them today for unpaid credit card bills. Defendants Michael Anderson and his wife Tanya say Tanya has not gotten along with her mother since the age of 16, when Gail kicked Tanya out because she didn't get along with Gail's husband. Tanya admits that she doesn't want Gail around her children because she badmouths them, and they deny owing Gail for anything.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I really appreciate being on the show, and I want my daughter to know that I love her. But this has caused a lot of problems, these credit cards. And I think the world knows Mike, but I feel like he needs to work and support his children so they don't have to borrow credit cards off of me. And I feel like Michael also is partial to his 2 children over my daughter's 3 previous children, because he grounds her kids and that and screams and hollers at them, but I don't see where he hollers at his that much.
Have you talked to your daughter about it?
Yes, I have. My grandchildren's come to me and told me.
Does she agree with you?
She doesn't say anything.
Defendants Michael Anderson and his wife Tanya admit that they keep their children from Tanya's mother, the plaintiff, because they claim she badmouths the kids and calls them names.
Your grandchildren have come directly to you with that complaint.
Yes, they have come to me on numerous occasions and told me.
Do you have any children other than her?
I have 3 sons.
Have the 4 children ever come to you and say, Mama, I think you're treating such and such better than me?
Yes, I had 4 children, and I was always accused of treating my one son better than I did the other ones.
And that's typically a natural part of family life, is if you have more than 1 child, particularly if you have more than 3, one of them feels like the other one is getting preferential treatment. They got this and I didn't get that. You like so-and-so more than you like me because you gave them this and you didn't give me nothing.
Sounds like you heard that a couple times.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times, right. But my children typically didn't say it, they just gave me that look. But no, I think that that's typical, ma'am. But what did you do when they came to you with that, your grandchildren? You go back to your daughter?
I went and confronted my daughter and told my daughter what the children had told me, and all 3 of them told me on the same day and 3 different times what happened. And I went to my daughter and I said, look, your 3 children you have from previous marriage, listen to them. Because I made a mistake when her dad and I got a divorce and that. So then I see things now that I didn't see back then.
Okay, and other than the credit card issue that you all get along, was there any other issue that caused problems recently?
She's taken my grandkids away from me. Every time we get into it, she takes my grandkids.
Why do you all get into it?
Over money that I lend them.
Let me hear from you all.
Your Honor, the picture that she's painting is totally untrue. We have not gotten along since I was at least 16 years old when you kicked me out of the house and I had to go live with my grandmother.
Why'd she kick you out?
Well, just one of her husbands and I didn't get along and she chose him over me. There was, she didn't try to help the situation.
So since then, because that's quite a while ago.
Yes.
Since then, and like in the recent 5-10 years, have you all gotten along or?
Off and on, because she has tried to sue me several times.
For what?
One time she had given me money to help her settle some property she had in Indiana. She had moved to Oregon. She had offered me $1,000 to take care of that. That was, taking on the power of attorney, going cleaning stuff up, doing whatever. Then she came back to me a couple months later and said, hey, where's that $1,000 I gave you? And she actually, I received court papers from Oregon for small claims court. And I was like,
did this happen?
No, sir, or no, Your Honor.
You've never heard of this?
That $1,000 was she had daycare center, and she borrowed $1,000 to buy materials. This happened after I went to Oregon, that I told her that I wanted $1,000, and she refused, and that's when I told her I was going to take her to court. And then I took her to court on another instance. She borrowed $1,500.
What was the other instance? Borrowing? Okay.
She borrowed $1,500, but in Indiana court.
What did she tell you when you asked for your money, all this money you loaning her? What did she tell you?
We get into it.
I want my money back.
I don't have it. and then we get into it, and then she takes my grandkids away from me. Well, you're not seeing your grandkids.
Got it.
No.
Do you do that, ma'am?
No. This
No,
last
why'd you
time.
no? Why did it come out like that?
This recent time, Your Honor, we had gotten into it a little bit, and I said, don't come to my house. Because at that point, I was livid, I was mad. I didn't say I was taking my kids away from you.
Yes, you did.
You took the kids away from yourself, and at this point, I don't want you to have anything done with my children. Your negativity is not okay
No,
to be around my
you're
children.
taking them away from me 4 times, Tanya. Your Honor, if I see them in, say, like Walmart or anywhere, they're not allowed to look at me because my grandchildren
I have
has told
never
me
said that.
They
I
can't
have
look
never
at me.
said that.
They can't talk to me. They cannot talk to me on the phone.
Not true.
Defendants Michael Anderson and his wife Tanya admit that they keep their children from Tanya's mother, the plaintiff, because they claim she badmouths the kids and calls them names.
And the only problem you all have had, ma'am, is money?
We've had lots of problems, Your Honor.
Tell me, what other problems other than money
She's
in the last 5
mean-spirited.
years?
She's mean to my children. She tells them they're fat, they're lazy. She has no patience for children, period.
She calls them names.
Yes,
when our youngest
Ma'am,
son-
do you call the children, your grandchildren names?
Don't even.
I don't call them kids lazy. I just tell them, like, I'll say, like, for instance, she'll tell them to do something, and I'll say, well, when Tanya was your age, she was doing this.
Okay. All right.
You got to help your mom. Your mom's working weekends to support your kids. Mike's not working because he don't want to work, Your Honor. And
You work?
Yes, I do.
This will be the
I'm
first time they've been evicted
But I
from
do
a
work.
house from 4
We're not
different
being-
places.
You all have been evicted 4 times?
No, sir.
Yes,
How
they
many?
have.
We left on the last house.
Yes, we were evicted one
We
time.
got behind. Yes. Yes. One time.
That's evicted,
Yes,
ma'am.
not
Okay.
4 times. I know,
Get
it's
into the
fine.
credit cards you're suing them for, ma'am.
Your Honor, for the credit cards, I am suing Tanya and Mike for Chase, $1,507.
When was this? When did they
Okay,
charge?
I lent Mike my credit card, I believe it was the 31st of May, and I got it back, I believe it was July the 1st, and there was
Okay.
I had nothing on that card.
Before you had nothing on until
Yes.
he charged.
Yes, I did.
And he charged
Yes, I did, Honor.
$1,507?
$1,507,
And
yes.
he agreed to pay it off?
Yes.
And
he
he
said
has
he had
not?
a job for 2 weeks. He said he had a $30,000 job coming up in 2 weeks, and he paid me. And I know for a fact he had a job before, and he supposedly did a job, and he got the money from the people.
What
and
did he
ran.
charge? You have the account?
Yes.
You have the credit card account?
Oh my goodness.
For the $1,500?
Okay, this one.
What did he charge on there?
What did he charge on there? He charged gas on there. He charged materials for his work on there. Drugstore.
Okay. Sir? What did he say to that?
She did not say anything about paying it back. She offered to let us. Well, we had helped her out on several occasions prior to this.
Helped her out how?
She had a boyfriend move in with her, and he pretty much
Left her high and
over.
dry.
How did you help her?
She needed $500 to pay her van payment or
was
truck
that?
payment this year.
Was it a loan?
No, we just gifted it to her.
And so you're saying this $1,500 for you to get materials for your job was a gift?
Yes.
Why? Why do you
She
think
was
she would
helping
do
us
that?
with
Same way
because
that
we
we
knew it.
helped her out many times in the past.
All right, let's see about the other money.
Okay. My daughter, she's got 5 children. 3 of them's hers and 2.
Got that part.
Okay. But she wanted to borrow the credit cards to go get the kids some school clothes. She said she was going to get a couple outfits apiece. And I said, okay.
When?
This was in August. And I got
much?
the credit card bill. Okay. J.C. Penney's was $625. Kohl's was $351. And Maurice's was $388.
When did she agree to repay you?
Well, like I told you, Mike supposedly was going to pay me back when he borrowed the money
That's
for
the
his
$30,000 he had coming.
Yes, he
Did
was
tell
gonna pay
you
me
when?
back.
Did he tell you when?
2 weeks, he said.
All right. You
All
never
right.
discussed
And
that?
Your Honor,
No, we never discussed that. There was no $30,000 job coming in either, whatsoever.
Defendants Michael Anderson and his wife Tanya admit that they keep their children from Tanya's mother, the plaintiff, because they claim she badmouths the kids and calls them names.
And the outfits, when were you to be repaid?
she said she'd pay me, but when she got the money in which she was working, she said, I'll make the monthly payments every month, and I have not seen any money the
All right,
31st
ma'am, what
of
do you say
July.
to that?
She offered her credit card for me to go get clothes for her grandchildren.
Why do you think she changed up on you guys then?
Your
Because
Honor,
she
I'm-
says the only problem that has existed in the relationship is money.
No, Your Honor, just to give you a little background, She's not only sued me, this being the third time, she has sued my brother. She has sued her own grandkids.
Why?
For different things, like she'll
Give
help
them a
somebody
gift,
out,
and then she wants it
and
back.
then she, without making any kind of arrangement, it's like, here, let me help.
Why
you,
do you
let me
think
help
she
you.
changes her mind?
Well, the only things we ever come up with is because she's being a you-know-what or whatever. And, I mean, it's just...
Your Honor, there's been no granddaughters in court whatsoever.
All right. Let's get to this. Did they ever pay you anything on these?
On this whole count, they paid me a total of $109.
Did you all pay her $109?
No, we paid her $500 on the 17th of September after she had threatened to charge us with credit card fraud. And she told us that she was going to take us to court and she was going to charge us with credit card fraud.
So
Under duress,
you
we
paid
decided
her
to-
for threatening to do exactly what she did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. I don't believe you. I believe you paid her $500 because you knew you owed her. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,762. All I can go by today is the credibility. They gave you $500 because they were scared you'd get them. So I believe they gave you $500 because they owed you. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Stay away.
Tanya, you know I love you.
Yeah, right.
All right, go tell that to somebody that would believe you. She's not going to be around my family or myself.
not
I
gonna be
can't
speaking with
subject
her
my
anymore.
children to that kind of stuff. Can't do it.
Well, I love my grandchildren, I love my daughter. But I had to bring him to court to get my money. He don't want to work and support them, and like I told in court, he's been evicted four or five times out of their because one of the guys called me the other night, the one they ran from last, and he gave him 8 bad checks. The landlord 8 bad checks, and he threatened to take them to court if they didn't pay it.
Trying to get your criminal record expunged and don't know where to start? Go to my website, askjudgemathis.com, to get all the help you need.